Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-Wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and wolves. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them make profits. While I'm still in my same making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing, dog? Make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Make profits. That TTG money gang. Making profits. We some snipers.
Hey yo! What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Big shout out. Hope all of our TGD mothers have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful Mother's Day. I want to welcome you guys all to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Paranani. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. In case you guys are wondering who the hell I am and why I should listen to anything it is I discuss on this channel, it's not that I think that I'm the world's greatest trader. It's just because I was trained by professionals and have to figure this stuff out on my own. My first job out of college is working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. They had me go through a training program. They didn't let me touch a dollar of the fund's money until I went through that program. And then 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, and also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. So, you know, True Trading Group is not just a chat room with trade alerts and courses where it's in a fintech platform. Okay, we have tools and resources. We actually received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. Our AI analysis tool is second to none. It is the best damn tool in the industry that I've used. I've used about 10 of them. I'm not just saying it because I own True Trading Group. I'm saying it because from one trader to another, I've used them all. And I think ours is hands down the best that there is out there. That's why we received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool last year. And we're coming for that award again this year. But we also have partnerships with the NASDAQ, data partnership agreement with them. We have relationships with OpenAI, a partnership with OpenAI. We have a partnership with Unusual Whales, TradingView. So when you guys join True Trading, you're getting access to all of these things. So this is what makes us a fintech platform. That's what has separated us from a lot of other platforms and programs out there. We have over 10,000 members from 114 different countries, truly a global community here. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. We trade stocks, options, futures. We do it all. There's literally something for everybody here. So subscribe, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams, specifically this Sunday. This Sunday, Mother's Day, we're going to go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on this YouTube channel. And I'm going to cover with you what will be updates on a very important event happening over the weekend. And that is the very first meeting between the U.S. and China when it comes to trade. If this meeting goes well and the two countries decide to lower their tariffs, you can get a gap up on Monday. If the meeting goes poorly and the two countries say F you, and everybody walks away, then you can get a big gap down on Monday. I have no idea how this meeting is going to go. It's foolish to pretend like anybody does know how this meeting is going to go. Let's just wait and see how it goes. I have no open positions going into this weekend because I think that this catalyst is going to be a real major turning point for the market because we're up into a major resistance level. And, you know, if things don't go well, it's the perfect place to take profit. It's a perfect place to take profit. You know, this level is huge. You guys can just see it here on my screen. There's resistance, right? It used to be support, and it's the gap fill. It's also the gap fill from the election night, right? So there's the huge gap up on election night. That became support. Then you broke that in March. Then it became resistance and sold off. Now you've rallied back into that level, and you have the 200 and 100-day moving average sitting here now as well to add to that ceiling of resistance. So this is a pretty nasty level up here, right? I am looking for pullbacks off of this level, but depending on how this meeting goes, you have a lot of short positions that are out there. Okay, a lot of hedge funds are short. You know, one of the traders from the JP Morgan desk, you know, put out a note that said if the news cycle is favorable over the next 2 weeks, that you could see a short squeeze to 5,800, maybe even 6,000 on the S&P. That's all the way up here, and that would be an unbelievable move. So, although I'm open to it, I'm open to the idea of the short squeeze. Not to say that that move would make a whole lot of sense from a fundamental standpoint, but it would just be a short squeeze from a structure standpoint from a lot of hedge funds that are short right now. But I'm waiting to see what happens with this meeting. So I'm going to go live on Sunday, 8:30. We'll go over how the meeting went. We'll talk about where the futures market is, and I will go over with you my top trade ideas for the week. I'm literally going to lay out for you in great detail, ticker symbol, entry price, exit price, exactly what my game plan is for the week. I do it every Sunday. So make sure you set your reminders. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, obviously, first. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your reminders so you're notified Sunday. You can hop on and we can go through it all. Okay. I think it's a very, very important week next week. We've got a lot of data coming out next week, but I think this China meeting is going to set the tone. So smash that like button, show some love, and make sure you guys come hang out with me on Sunday. All right. So let's take things back on over to the charts. Let's go back on over to the SPY. I got to take a sip of water. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. My throat's killing me, so I apologize. Keep clearing my throat in your ear. But today was a good day for us. Made some good money today. No home runs today, though. No home runs, but we made some good money. We caught a nice little short squeeze move on this NVBE. Kind of a textbook play. TTD triangle setup. This is one of the setups I teach all of our members into a trading group to identify. Break above initial morning high becomes support, and you have trade line and view up indicators that converge at that same initial morning high to give you that level of support. Then you get this little triangular pattern that is formed. That forms a TTD triangle pattern, and then there's your breakout. So we went ahead and we got long. I actually got long right here, $2.33. And then this thing just, the lid just got blown off this thing. And we were able to just take profits along the way up there as we went to 350. So that was a really nice trade for us. Okay, that's the TT triangle. You guys get to learn that like the back of your hand when you guys are, as you guys are members of TTG. It's something I teach. It's my favorite chart pattern. If you're an experienced trader, it's essentially just a specific variation of the common ABCD pattern. It's really all that it is. But it's when specific criteria are met, and that gave us a really nice trade there in NVBE. I also made some money on Coinbase today. This is actually a really quick trade. And it's actually a trade idea that failed. So, I've been stalking this Coinbase, and I told you guys over the last 2 days on the live stream that I'm looking to see if this thing can break this inverse head and shoulders pattern. And you guys can see that this was left shoulder. Okay, here's right shoulder. Then here's the head. And then here's your neckline resistance. And I'm telling you guys, if Coinbase can break through this, then it could easily push up into the 220s. So I've been stalking this. I've been stalking this for the setup for the long for that break. They had earnings yesterday. They were disappointing. And I was like, this trade's probably not going to trigger because the earnings were disappointing. And I decided, I was like, okay, I'm not really going to pay all that much attention to it. But then it held support pre-market. Okay, support, held after hour support, literally held like the earnings low. It literally held like the earnings low. But when I saw this thing hold that support level, I said, you know what? Let's give it a go. Tesla was flying, and I know Tesla and Coinbase are not related, but Tesla is a very high momentum name. Coinbase is a very high momentum name. Bitcoin was pushing back above 103,000. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give it a shot. Once I saw this is a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, this is a bullish engulfing candle off of a support level. Okay, so that was support level. Okay, and then it's bullish engulfing. So that was my signal. And as soon as I got my first pullback, I got long right here. Okay, I got long right in here inside this candle. And very quickly, this stock just blew up and went green. And I said to myself, wow, okay, well, here's the level that we had to break, right? This was that neckline, 209 to 210. Here it is. Okay, that's the level that we had to break through. So when I went long here, I took profits into the level. Then we popped above the level, and I took more profit. And then it was, okay, now if this trade's going to work, I do not need to keep my stop loss where it was. My stop loss at the time of the enter on this was down here around 202. So I took the trade here. This was my stop loss around 202. Okay. There's my first take profit. There's my second take profit. This is the level that we had to break through in order to trigger the trade. We broke through it, and you'll see Coinbase tried so damn hard to hold this level. Look at that. It tried so hard to hold. And I said, okay, if this is going to work, then I don't need to hold all the way back down to this stop loss area. I can move my stop loss all the way up to my entry price, because honestly, if this level breaks, this trade's not going to work. So then I moved my stop loss all the way up, okay, all the way up to around the entry. And then once you can see, then it failed the level, and then I'd sold out the rest of my position. So right around my entry price. So not a home run, not a monster trade, not a home run, not a monster trade, but listen, sometimes singles and doubles is what wins the game. Again, there's the entry, first take, second take, and then there I exit the rest of my position. So, and it was the right move. The stock ended up going lower. You know what I mean? So, that's how, that's where I'm very pleased with the way that I managed the trade. I'm very pleased that it's a trade idea that did not work, but I still made money on it. And that just goes to, the importance of taking profits when your targets are reached, not saying to yourself, oh, this is going to be a huge one, I'm going to hold on to it, I'm not going to take profit. And then then the trade completely reverses on you. So this is a beautiful, I'm very happy with the way that we traded this. We were able to make some money on it, even though the stock failed to hold the breakout of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So that was, the stock might continue lower now next week, especially if you get a pullback on Bitcoin. I think that Coinbase probably goes back to 190 if Bitcoin pulls back, but that's a pretty substantial rejection off 210. I think at this point, I would only look long on Coinbase if it were to get back above 210. But for now, I'd say that's a failed break attempt. You got to kind of come away from that. Okay. So that was Coinbase, right? That was Coinbase. That was NVBE. Those were the trades that I made today that worked out pretty well for us. I want to just point your attention on over. I want to come over here and now bring you guys over to Tesla, because Tesla had a really interesting day today. Tesla was very, very strong today. Very strong today. And it broke above a pretty big resistance level. And this resistance level, okay, you guys can see it right here. If the meeting goes well, I think Tesla does this on Monday. If the meeting goes well, okay, Tesla will be on my watch list long if the meeting goes well, okay? What I would want to look for now is this level that used to be resistance. I would now like for that to become support. So any pullback back down into this region, right? You would look for any pullback to hold and see if you can get a candle, look something like this, and see if Tesla can start to now move back higher to the upside if the meeting goes well. If the meeting does not go well, then you probably are going to have, similar to Coinbase, a failed breakout. Okay. And then you'll get back underneath that level, and then you would look for Tesla to roll back over. There's nothing more bearish than a failed. So here's a saying that we go by. It's not that we go by, it's a common trader saying, but there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish move. And there's nothing more bearish than a failed bullish move. And that is what you have potentially happening on Coinbase. And if Tesla were to fall back into the low 290s, the high 280s, really, then that would be a potential for a failed breakout, and that could be a bearish move. But I like the breakout of this level. And if the meeting goes well, I will look for Tesla long, and I'll look for Tesla probably, 310, 315, somewhere in that region, above 310. I would look for that, Monday into Tuesday. Okay. So those are going to be I'm giving you, I'm throwing some ideas out there for you that we're going to talk about on Sunday. We'll see how the meeting goes. Again, make sure you guys tune in. Okay. Make sure you tune in Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, live right here on this YouTube channel. Set your reminders now. Set them now. You also have this NXTT. This was a fun one today. Some of our members were trading this in the afternoon. It looks like this thing might have some juice here in the after hours. I don't know if you guys are trading after hours or not, but you've got room here to like 3.5, 375. I think it's possible the stock can get there. If you guys want to pay attention to it, we've had these small caps have been hot lately. These small caps are really giving you these huge short squeezes. And you see them ASST, gave this huge short squeeze. Then you have ZKIN, huge short squeeze. So, why not? NXTT, let's see if that thing gives you the squeeze. I think it's got a chance to get to like 375 or so, in the after hours, and maybe you gap up on Monday, who knows? It's risky as all hell holding these small caps overnight, these things could do an offering. They can gap down 50% the next day. It definitely is not for the faint of heart. If you guys want to try to hold on to these positions, I would just day trade them. I think you guys are nuts trying to hold on to them, but day trade them. They're a lot of fun. The short squeezes have been fantastic. We've made some good money on them inside True Trading Group, like ASST, ZKIN, NXTT, NVBE have just been a couple of them that have recently just been popping off. And this one's still pushing right now. It's up 900% on the day. And I think that it's got a chance to give you some more. So watch out for that if anyone's trading here right now in the after hour session. All right. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Sunday. All right. So again, make sure you guys tune in 8:30 p.m. Eastern live on Sunday. I'll be right here and I'll go over with you my entire game plan, all of the stocks that I plan on trading, entry points, exit points. We'll go over how the meeting went between the U.S. and China. We'll talk about where the futures are, and I'll lay it all out for you guys then. Okay. Again, have a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all of our THD moms out there. Very happy Mother's Day. I'm cutting this live stream short because I actually have dinner plans with my mother. And then it's my wife's first Mother's Day. So I have some special stuff planned on Sunday with her and the family. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. All right. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. Again, set your reminders, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. Next week's going to be a big week. Have a great weekend, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Turn on your notifications. See you guys on Sunday.